All righty, phantasmic. I would love to welcome everybody back to the Independent Investor Channel. For all the devoted subscribers to the message, absolutely. I can guarantee you this thing. As part of this community, man, you will benefit from this message. Stick with it, okay? I'm always one of those fellas to kind of downplay the normal application that I try to put through on the Independent Investor Channel. Why is that? Because I am just a normal fella, not a social media guru, not even very good looking. Okay, neither are you. Get over yourself. All right. We use and abuse the conduit of social media to provide insight on what I feel like is a complete disaster as far as misinterpretation, misinformation out there on both the information that's available out there through public channels, as well as, unfortunately, the unfortunate patrons that try to take that information and they may have all the intention in the world to go and start a wealth building program for themselves, but it's just so darn confusing out there. You know what I mean? And can you turn to social media? I mean, YouTube is kind of a laughing stock, and people are like, "Hey, you run a YouTube channel, Ryan? Oh, that's funny. That must be pretty fun." Yeah, hell, I don't know. It's fun. Could be, I guess. But for the people who might come to the message for the very first time, in all seriousness, you need to give it a chance. Okay, there's something very, very unique about my message, and a lot of what I see on the landscape. Look, if I thought that the common opinion out there was along the lines of, or at least in some capacity, the way I think as an independent applicator in everything I do, okay. If I had to fight for gym space at the gym at 0500 in the morning when I'm there, which I don't, there's nobody ever there. Okay. Why is that? Am I the freak? you know, I mean, am I the freak in nature? I'm a pretty happy fella, really am. I don't manifest over this topic. I don't. A lot of the last couple of years has been a culmination in my specific program. I share what's been going on in the acute with you guys with regard to my active investing profile right now. But really just leaning against the portfolio right now, allowing the passive investments to work. I'm going to define for you guys that if you're making your way to the investment message tonight for the first time, ask yourself, man, what do you think it means to be an investor? Ask yourself that. What do you think it could potentially mean for you? Start to revolve around some of these topics because I tell you what, there's a lot of people out there that are very well intentioned. They absolutely are. They want to start, but, and they'll get started. They'll have enough to get over that hump, or in some cases, very large mountain, or let's just call it what it is, a personal barrier of fear that a lot of people have to get over to engage in a wealth building program for themselves. But I think you graduate to a better place if you can understand why it is that you do what you do. And I codify it as being empowered. If you can explain and really substantiate why you do this message to the point where you can actually share the message with somebody else who might be struggling, that's the key. Okay. I'll be fine. I'll be fine whether or not I made this product or not. I've been fine before the 5 years of making the Independent Investor Channel. This for me was an opportunity that came to me. I didn't search this out. Okay. I didn't just one day say I want to be a YouTube superstar. I don't believe that shit even exists. I don't care. I don't look at life that way. My day-to-day interactions with people are problem solving and getting through meetings and getting to a resolution with a group around a table of professionals. That's what my day is. Okay. My day isn't following me around with cameras in my face because I've got so much to say, so much to say, so much to say. Okay. I don't believe that so much. I find it all very appalling that we put a lot of people on a pedestal, and people in the investing community that should be put on a pedestal, and rightfully so. You know, Warren Buffett, man, is incredible, and a lot of people they really gravitate to Warren Buffett's investing style. I'm just here to tell you, man, you're not Warren Buffett. You don't even need to invest like him. But listen to the words the man that talks about with regard to investing and understanding that all of the answers are out there. If you go about this application and you believe in your heart of hearts that all the answers are out there readily available for you, which they are, that's the truth. Okay. The misconstruence is I've got all the answers and you've got to come. Actually, don't come to me because I'm going to set up barriers in way of buying my course to get access to me, right? To get those secrets to investing that only I hold. Okay. And I'm going to share those with you. All right. Now, there are advanced strategies in trading and all of that that, if that's your thing, great, gravitate to that. I think that appeals to very, very few. All right. My message is looking to appeal to the masses out there that are just looking to wealth build for themselves. All right. Can you make me a millionaire, Ryan? Take a deep breath. Just stay with me. All right. If your number just so happens to be wealth building to $137,662 into your future, when you turn over into more of a retirement posture, then that is what your number is. And you might think, gosh, 130, well, who can retire on that? Guys, you got to have a perspective about this deal. If you had never ever entertained the idea of wealth building and you never deploy any of the fundamentals that are tried and true and what I foot stomp all the time through the independent investor channel because I give away the goods for free because I do believe that they are available free of charge. Okay. So I'm looking to cut through the gray and separate this whole deal between black and white for you. All right. So it's not so difficult. But if you can do that and you can parse through the garbage, you can avoid some of the myths in anytime you have a topic like money, it's sensitive. All right. You gotta check out this YouTube guy. Yeah, I'll check him out. I'll check him out. No, you won't. You won't because it's about money and shit. I'd rather tune into YouTube and watch some guy punch himself in the face or something, or I don't know, getting into a backyard brawl. That's a good one. You know what I mean? Watch some old Kimbo Slice crap. You know what I'm saying? But it's like you tune into me and it's like what is this guy talking about again? He's ugly as sin. He's not very good looking. He doesn't have charisma. He's king sarcasm, there's no doubt about it, but he's kind of brash and I don't really get this. I don't understand. And for a lot of people, they want to be just led down the path. They do. They want to sit back and they want to consume and they want to benefit from. Okay. If that's your expectation of me, man, you're in the wrong place. It's just that simple. I work very, very hard at my application, as a lot of these wealth builders in this community do, because they understand and they can resonate with the message that there's no easy way. Okay. Becoming an investor isn't an excuse to fall on tilt. Being an investor doesn't give you the opportunity to say, okay, well, now because I'm an investor, I'm somehow entitled to X, Y, and Z. It doesn't mean that at all. It just means you become an investor. And it could present some eligibility for you to enjoy some wealth building into your future as opposed to saving your way to that same end. Okay. It's a means to an end, guys. So if you're one of those young folks out there, it's amazing. I'm 43 years old. If you're in your early 20s, average view duration for these videos are 15 minutes. They kill me on YouTube, honestly. I just am stubborn as hell. I won't stop doing this product and I'll continue to do this product. I'll probably break YouTube. I mean, there's nothing that I do on my channel now that YouTube likes, and that's great. That's totally good. I'll drink to that for sure. I always like to fight the system. I do. This is an opportunity for me to come and get my point across. There's no way I could do a live stream for 8 minutes. I've already gone 9 minutes and 30 seconds, and I've dropped all kinds of nuggets. I plan on giving you guys the goods tonight for 50 more minutes. It's just that simple. Here's the thing, guys. This isn't a topic that I put down on the priority list. It's one of those that I put high on the priority list, and I talk to people in their 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, and 60s who, for the first time, are being introduced to the prospects of investing, and they're like, God dang, investing, that scared the shit out of me. What are you talking about? Investing is gambling. One of those myths, in investing. I can't do that. I can't. You know, Marjorie from across the street said she invested one time and she lost $146 on the market because she got involved in some penny stock deal and it was the best thing going. It was just this commodity that it was going to go up over time, and I had to invest in it and I lost it, and boom, she hasn't invested for 30 years, and therefore I'm not going to invest myself. All right. I think you need to get over those barriers. It's funny, if you're a new investor, I think some of these questions, you'd be better served to check those questions. Just check them. There's no stupid question. In my community, and especially in my Viper group, man, there's no discrimination at all, man, because we want to make the investing discussion more commonplace. We don't want to buy into those barriers. We don't want to accept an environment in investing where, contrary to what Warren Buffett says, that all the answers are out there, you have to seek out a $1,500 course from some YouTube moron that has all the answers for you and is going to show you the path for riches and doesn't know the first effing thing about you and your life. It's like, Ryan, goddamn, hey, Margie, man, Ryan's on a roll tonight. You should come check this guy out, man. He's going to declare his $5 portfolio, the validation portfolio, to you guys. It's because I did a whole lot over the last couple weeks, man. I didn't sell my portfolio a month ago. I think some people owe some people an apology. I don't know. I'm old school, right? I was born in the country, right? I come from the dirt, right? I was born in, I wouldn't have traded my upbringing, but I was at least provided some manners. And it seems like some of these privileged kids nowadays, man, it's as if they think they have, well, they do have a silver spoon up their ass, but the anointed like approach that they have with people and steering people wrong, come on and admit you're wrong. I said they were wrong. I actually said they'd be right for 3 or 4 days after this whole like market top, right? And boom, everybody's got to liquidate everything, right? How'd that work out for you? To put that in your pipe and smoke it. Isn't that fabulous? It worked out well for you, didn't it? Right? By me doing absolutely nothing, I mean, I did not till the back 40 for the $48,000 of white meat I've made back from doing absolutely nothing over the last 3 weeks that the market's been recovering. I don't know what the market's going to do the rest of the years. You're missing the point. If this scares you, okay, I'm trying to get your attention. Investing is fun. Investing is easy. Investing is not difficult. Okay. You can make it as difficult as you want to be, but I'll tell you what, that sure as hell compounds the problem, man. When you start to time the market, which is a tried and true uh, plan to failure. If you didn't know, I'll say it again. Trying to time the market is planned failure. And these thinking heads on YouTube, man, who have all been investing for a couple years, they need to pull head out of backside. I cannot say it any clearer. It's stuck severely up the backside into the dark. And the problem is they want to share that with anybody. And honestly, I don't care if they enjoy the smell up the backside personally. I don't care. The problem I have is when they come on and they share that with the masses, right? And I just calmly came onto my live stream and said, you want to sell everything? Go ahead. You're a grown adult. I'm going to tell you what the right answer is, right? No big secret. Just hold. Just hold. You became an investor to be an investor. You did not become an investor to become an investor only while it's convenient for you, and then redefine the terms of the game and say, well, I'm an investor, but not really right now. I'm going to take a hiatus and I'm going to put the portfolio on the shelf for a while until things cool down. I'm going to give it a year off. Really? How's that going? I think for 4 days they were probably like, damn, I'm so glad I bought that $1,500 course, man. Meet Kevin. Just, he saved me a truckload of money, man. I even had folks at work who were like, yeah, I sold at the beginning of the year, man. I avoided this entire thing. It's like, really? Those are the very myths that we look to dispel on the Independent Investor channel. If the swings of volatility of the stock market bother you, don't invest so much. I don't know. you're going against one of the tried and true fundamentals that I'm going to deliver for you tonight. I don't know what else to tell you. This is easy. Warren Buffett speaks as if for the people who come and they profess to have all the answers and, look the part, speak the part, Zoolander, they look the part, which I don't. I'm rough, I'm abrasive. That's good. I like me. Um, for the folks that really are streamlined in their application and they're really, really elegant and they look like they're karate chopping you when they're talking to you through YouTube, right? And they're trying to sell you something because they're trying to let you know that you don't know what you need to know and you need to know what I know so that you can know what I know and you can benefit like I benefit. Because without me, you will never benefit. I think a lot of people, man, they can sit across from me, and I'm probably speaking to a lot of people, and I maybe coin a lot of people's alter ego where they're like, God dang, this Ryan guy, he kind of lays it out there. He kind of calls a lot of people out. And yeah, I do. I pay homage to the boss, man. Warren Buffett's the man. There's no doubt about it. If you can do yourself a favor, watch Peter Lynch, watch Warren Buffett. Warren Buffett will talk about all of the things that you need to know. And it's crazy how Warren talks too. He doesn't necessarily talk about, when he talks about stock directly, he talks about good quality companies with a moat that have paid a dividend over the years, that are well established businesses that you could enter into and you could imagine holding 10 years from now. If you were locked up in a cell and somebody threw away the key and you came out and you were like, gosh, I'm sure glad I made that Coca-Cola investment 10 years ago. That's Warren Buffett's philosophy, right? Now, you'll never be Warren Buffett, okay? The Independent Investor channel strikes at you being the very best that you can be. If that 137,500 is the best that you can do over the course of your life, I will applaud you. I will be your biggest champion. I really will. Okay? You got to believe that by putting a plan in place and deploying a few, if not all of the fundamentals that we talk about, wealth preservation, the lowering of cost and fees within your account, the tax protection that you can opt into just by nature of the decision that you make. That's it. It's not that hard. Heffy, this guy's saying we can do it too, man. This guy's great. He's talking about tilling the back 40. It's unbelievable, man. He just made 48,000 back in the last couple of weeks, and he did not buy a course. He didn't. Again, you believe that? He's been on his backside for 8 days because he's sick and he's feeling awful saucy tonight because I actually feel better and I can breathe. It's a beautiful thing. I can breathe. It's lovely. You ever get those colds where your face is like Niagara Falls? It's just profusely just falling down with water. Yeah, that was my week this week. Unbelievable, man. But yeah, I do that to get people's attention, and still, it's not going to matter. I think a lot of people out there, the barriers will become too tough, and that's why I dig below the surface, guys. So for the community members that know me, they know what I'm trying to do. They know I'm trying to get people's attention. Now, if I could reach through the screen and I could grab you and I can shake you until you start smiling at me, because I get, God dang, Ryan, this is like a roller coaster. You're the man. I could get you just as excited as I am about wealth building because let me impart something to you. Okay. I don't come from money. Okay. I don't. I earn a blue collar salary. And at 43 years old, I'm making impasses in my career that I could have never imagined 10 years ago by sheer nature of my will, determination, thinking, and growing into my potential. And I've had this demon since I was about 15 years old, right? And it's just a belief in yourself. That's arrogant, Ryan. Call it whatever the hell you want. Michael Jordan had some interesting ways of motivating himself to go out there and just dominate the competition because he felt that they had something on him that he had to take from them. Okay. For you guys that are deriving motivation from wherever it is that you derive said motivation from, take it, grab it. I don't care where it is that you get your fire and your power from. I don't care. All right. But as we work through this lesson, man, we're gonna separate what it is we feel in a very, very gray and confusing landscape, what is very, very crystal clear. And really, what it comes down to is being less dependent on others and their freaking opinions, and them having all of the idea about what it is best for you, as opposed to you just taking a little bit of ownership and looking into the mirror and saying, freak, okay, this was the last live stream I just watched Orion, man. He's talking about shaking my shit out of me and getting me to figure it out, right? And waking it up. He says it's okay if you don't make millions in this life. And it is. It's okay. All right. If your goal is to make millions, great. I give you all the power to go ahead and do that. I just want wealth and security because you have any perspective about this life, man. There's people around this world that are suffering. Okay. There's people around this world that are suffering. Investing is a luxury. It is not a right. It is a luxury and not a right. Do not ever lose track of that, guys. Appreciate you guys. We got over 50. I wasn't going to stop talking until I reached over 50. So my opening monologue tonight was for 20 minutes. Okay. Sure hope you guys, for the most of the unloyal patrons to the Independent Investor channel, they've already logged off. They're like, yeah, Ryan's off his rocker again. Ethel, God dang it. Let's get the hell out of here, man. We got better things to do. We got Family Feud on tonight, man. Reruns of the Family Feud. Ryan's not saying anything new tonight. I beg to differ, man. We aim to strike and we aim to empower those one investors at a time. If you're making your way to the message, it's by no means because YouTube promotes me. They hate me. I am the black sheep of YouTube, and I'm proud of it. I am absolutely proud of it. Trust me, man. The money that I make on the small YouTube channel that could called the Independent Investor channel, it's totally fine. We aim our value at the patrons of this community. No doubt about it, because your success is absolutely reflective of the message that we put through here on the Independent Investor channel. Be with me back in just a moment, guys. We haven't done a portfolio review for a while, so we'll rip through it really quick. I really don't like this. This is the least favorite part of the live stream, but I'm going to rip through it really quick because people like numbers and they like stock picks. Yada, yada, yada. Here it is. We are up week over week. Here it is. I have some alt investments. This is comprised of the triple Qs. This was a new position. I should have doubled down this position, but Amazon, Google, look at them to split this summer. That's going to be a lot of fun to see those plus up. I would buy 3M right here. I really would. AT&T outperformed Blackstone Group, showing some nice strength here. Tech still continues to suffer. Oster is my newest speculative growth, actually, and it's on fuego. It's on fuego. I should have sold everything. God dang it. I'm really regretting not buying that course. I tell you what, because I would love to have somebody that's invested in the stock market a whole hell of a lot less than me tell me what I should do with my money. Interesting. Let me think about that for a bit. I'll come back to it. But we're up week over week on the taxable brokerage account. There's a few bucks in there anyway. Next on the line is the Roth IRA number one. This speaks to a couple strategic goals that I have, lowering the cost to zero. I pay no fees in account. I do not employ the services of a financial planner. I have been with four in my life, four, count them, 1, 2, 3, 4. And in all of the cases, they all charged me expense ratios that were unacceptable to the trained mind. And if you just heard me, you just heard a nugget. It's like, what? Hold on. Ethel told me that if I did go in and to not be so speculative, to go talk to a financial planner professional, because they would really treat me right. They treat you right for sure. They're going to give you a plastic pig to take home and a beautiful pamphlet. And they're going to charge you 3% over your money for the rest of your life. One of the biggest mistakes you can make. We have ex-financial planners and financial planners in my group. Hell, they agree with me. I'm right. So, but they provide a hell of a service. Yeah, you're paying for it too. There's no doubt about that. All right. You're going to become a passive investor. You want to just own ETFs just like you do in your 401k. Let's be real. Come on. A lot of you guys are investors and you don't even know it. Yeah, I don't know. Ethel also told me to do this 401k, get the free money. Yeah, that's the best advice that Ethel could have given you from across the street. There's no doubt about that, because you are in fact a passive investor. It's probably don't it's probably good you don't know you're an investor because you'll probably do just fine with that 401k, especially if it's from a reputable broker like a Vanguard or a Fidelity. They've got some of the best programs. I've seen some 401ks that are just Jesus Christ, to throw it into the highway robbery, modern day highway robbery category. Expenses are pretty high. They're meant to be very confusing. They spread you out over a lot of different index funds, but and they are not the best thing you can do with your money. You can absolutely go to a more strategic program like the one I'm displaying here for you, which is a mix of passive investments. I don't want to move my screen here, but this portfolio really hasn't changed for the duration of sharing it with the community here. VOO is back up in the black. Again, I'm really regretting not selling everything. Back in the black with the V&Q, which is the real estate REIT, doing quite as well as the utilities and the other portfolio. I'll show you here pretty quick, but we're up week over week here, back above $110 in this account. So not too shabby. Been investing in for about 25 years here, and I've been able to save about $110 over that 10. That's a lot of lawn mowing right there. By God, that's a lot of lawns right there. It's a lot of salmon caught. No, a lot of this new money has a whole heck of a lot less to do with the salmon that I caught, and a lot more to do with my current employment, which in my mind is a secret to success. If you want to know my perspective, if you're a young person out there, you get a job. To be like, I don't want to hear this crap. Let's get the hell out of here. This guy's telling me I got to go to work. I don't want to go to work. I want to sit on a beach for the rest of my life. It'll get old. All right. Find something you like to do. I love doing what I do, baby. I love it, man. And that is a luxury in and of itself. A lot of people don't have that said luxury, but it can be a means to an end, man. Nice solid income. I had to get something cut off the top of my head for the first time this week in my life. And I was glad I had some insurance, because anytime you mention the C word, it's like that's pretty expensive. I'm glad I have insurance. All right, that would have come right out of the old piggy bank there if I had to actually pay for that. But yeah, obviously good quality here. Procter and Gamble, Realty Income Core, Pfizer, some good blue chips in here. Palantir's on fire. Took a digress today. I'm holding long on Palantir. I don't have a huge position in it. I only own 300 shares, but it fits nicely in the Roth. I'm I'm glad to have picked it up on the dip anyway. So this is the Roth IRA too, again with the mission of tax protecting a lot of my wealth. So if you're doing the quick math on this, $205,000 of tax protected just in the Roth IRAs, as well as one of the additional accounts is also a Roth in the TSP. So I practice what I preach, and telling you guys that if you're going to tax protect that money, it's a good thing. It's a good thing. I highly recommend it. And people be like, "You're crazy, Ryan. This is crazy and boring and crap. You guys say I got to go to work, I got to invest, and I'm not going to be a millionaire, man. You suck." Yeah, well, my stuff works. So I don't know what else if you can do better. Man, hit me up. And I'm hungry. I'm hungry all the time. I'm trying to get mine, just like I expect you to get yours, and you can deploy this stuff. I wouldn't come onto YouTube, man, and share my insights, man, and my shit didn't work. It's just that simple. Waste of time. Waste of freaking time. It's a waste of mine. It's a waste of your time. You want to know the goods? This is the goods. Okay. Now, you don't have to have an established portfolio like mine, but you can take bits and pieces. The bits and pieces out of here is the VIG and the VPU, right? Passive investing. I get into what I think it means to be an investor for a lot of people. A lot of people hear investor and they're like, "Yeah, that's good, Ryan. Let's go to a restaurant and waste some money. Let's go on a big vacation. Let's go to the casino. Anybody want to go to the casino with me? It's fun. We'll talk about investing next year." Dude, it's March, bro. Like, really? You can't talk about it tonight? A lot of people come in here like clockwork, man, every single week, just like I do. I don't imagine that this product would be very good if I missed every other week or just showed up once a month and you guys just came in here and stared at an empty chair. You know what I'm saying? I'm just here to facilitate the business and express an interest in people resonating with the idea that people's personal finance is very serious. I joke, I do, I get it, because the way some people approach personal finance is quite frankly a joking matter. And let's be real, if you can't just sit back and laugh at yourself a little bit and say, you know what, gosh, the way that Ryan explains personal finance is a far cry different than the way I understood it to be. Let's all just have a laugh together, and then let's make some money. Let's go to work. Okay. Let's go to work. Make some money. All right. Look out for yourself. You know, if you come to my message, man, I'm going to tell you, you're going to leave my message and you're going to be like, maybe you'll feel like for the first time in your life, it's okay to do something for you. It is. Do something for you. By nature of me looking out for me, I'm able to provide more for the family. You see how that works indirectly? I'm a selfless person. To be honest with you, and I'll give you a piece of the, if I could just unhinge it and just give you a little chunk, okay? I'm going to give you this. It's more about the plan. It's more about the plan that for me. It's about deploying a plan and seeing that plan, if executed correctly, pay dividends on the back end. It's really not about the renderings. The renderings I'm sharing with you now, and the renderings are good. It would have taken falling off of tilt a month ago and selling my entire wad. I'm already a winner. I'm out. I'm gonna wait because I think that things are gonna get rough. Things did get rough. They did. And markets do what markets do. They humble people, especially people who don't have more than a half a decade of experience in the market. Remember, in the head, severely lodged right up there, and they just don't understand that it smells. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Not good, man. Not good. Hate to be so scathing, but truth hurts, man. I think apology is probably in order, but God, we wouldn't want to actually have those people come off their high horse and actually apologize for steering probably thousands of people in the wrong direction. Hmm. Yep. Specialty portfolio. I made this video. I didn't even have a chance to drop it. It became a week old. I didn't even have a chance. I said that I pushed 10,000 into the market a couple Mondays ago. And trust me, that was back before all this positive sentiment. Everybody getting on their high horse. Well, whoopee! Let's ride it back into the horizon, Ryan. Let's go, man. NFTs. Let's start placing our bets. Come on. They're dealing already. Let's go. Casino's open. Woohoo! No, I just methodically pushed a $10,000 bill into the market. This was a recipient of that. Puts us less than $1,000 toward the next incentive threshold of 25,000. This was an account that I started that's just over 3 years old. I started it with the sheer intent of providing some validation to people that they could make that first 10,000 dollars invested. If you're joining the message tonight for the first time and you don't have that $10,000 knocked out, you can get there. I just let it go. You can get there. Okay. Blow through them barriers. You can get there. Okay. Getting to that first 10,000 is probably one of the most difficult thresholds that you could ever get to. And I started this account to prove that we're knocking down the $25,000 threshold, which is a good one. This is the passive sectors specialty ETF portfolio. It is up week over week. It's doing quite well. I haven't touched this for 3 years. I haven't touched it. Really? You don't massage it? No, I don't massage it. Do you think really hard on it, Ryan, to make it do good stuff? No, I don't do that either. Do you fear that it's going to do something bad, man, when you're sick? No, I don't do that either. I check it every now and then just for the fun of it, not with the intent of what? Flipping out because I heard somebody say to sell everything? No, I'm good. I'm invested diversively in the sectors. I'm good. Thank you. Using the power of M1 Finance, I buy the lower sector in this. It's a beautiful product. It allows me to always fund the under weighted sectors in the portfolio. I do own all 11 in this. It is a taxable brokerage account. Uh, and I live to fight another day. It's good to go. This was working when I was laid up sick and I had the Niagara Falls coming at the face. You know what I'm saying? It's like, God dang, it's just that easy. Ethel, God dang it, I'm telling you, man, you're really missing out. This guy's saying how easy it is. I haven't done an effing thing to this portfolio for 3 years. Okay. I don't know, Ryan. Can I do it too? Do I need to think really, really hard? Jesus, I don't know. Rewind it back and just watch that bit again. Okay, you'll get the message. This is the dividend portfolio. This has been plussed up to 92 holdings. These are it's an interesting strategy here. Again, I get dividends flowing in almost every day of 92 holdings in there. These are holdings I really wanted to establish this in M1 Finance, and this is looking like it's going to be a nice mainstay for me. Next incentive threshold on this is 50,000. I did start this with some growth names. Got a little head start in it with some Google, Amazon. I had Nvidia, I had Tesla in that original account. I had Uber. I had Adobe Systems, I had CRM Salesforce, I had PayPal, I had a 10 stock ultra growth portfolio. I rolled it out through the history of the channel, did really well, put a nice accelerated piece of growth in there. And then I entered into the ARC ETFs, which was very short lived, very short lived. It ran up really nicely. I sold out of the ARC ETFs. And I segued into what you see here. Now I've built it up here as of late to 92 holdings. Within the 10 sectors, I split it up. I share that openly. You can have it free of charge free. If you want to send me, I don't know, a Christmas card, or you can just drop a thank you in the comments section, man. I'll be like, hey, you're welcome. That's awesome, man. Use it. I don't use it. I don't care. Use parts of it. There you go. It's like, I don't want to use your crap portfolio, Ryan. There you go. Now you're thinking for yourself. There you go. Ryan's not going to tell me what to do. There you go. Now you're a winner. God dang, nobody tells me what to do either. Now you're getting it, right? But this is awesome. Next incentive threshold to be staring down 50,000, and this is pretty awesome stuff. Bonds are getting crushed. This is the only part of the market that I'm concerned with. This is serious. There is some articles out, and I need to do a little bit of self study to pay attention to the bond markets here. Bond markets are really rolling off. I think we're in for continued volatility through 2022. That's the way of it. That's just my pulse of the market. Doesn't mean I'm doing anything crazy. It just means that that's what I expect. If it surprises to the upside, great, no problem. I'll come on here and report to you guys as such, right? It's okay. Am I going to be running for the hills? No. I opted to be an investor a long, long time ago, and I wouldn't be in the shoes that I'm in now if I hadn't been an investor many, many moons ago. And I presume that 20 years from now, I'm going to look back on this impasse and say it was the very entering into and commitment to being an investor that's made all the difference. That's simple. Not that hard. Use a little imagination, guys. You'll probably be in that boat someday down the line here, and you don't want to be regretting the decisions that you make now, trying to wishy-wash and jump ship back and forth. Okay, TSP. This is the Roth TSP. All of these dollars are tax protected here. 62,443. This is held up nicely. This is right about the level that it started the year with, give or take a few bucks. All right. So wealth preservation through diversification. This would be my example of what many in the group here have via 401k. Okay. So while everybody was talking about freaking out and soiling themselves and running for the hills and taking Ethel's advice from across the street, investors that are calm, cool, and collected look at the portfolio and they say, look, I'm going to continue to dollar cost average through the volatility. I'm going to continue to fund the market. I may end up having some opportunity through this to do some strategic buying, and that's what I did. I did it one time. I was pretty patient. I hit my 10% down mark. I went ahead and pushed some funds into the market. I could have been wrong. I'm not one of those guys that come on and profess, yeah, like, look at me. I filmed a video to share with you guys, but I didn't even put it up because really I'm I don't care. YouTube, if I'm going to remain at 28,000 subscribers for the rest of my life, no problem. I'll continue to help the 2,500 of those patrons that really want to wealth build for themselves. So let everybody else try to catch the rocket ship to the moon. No problem. I wish everybody the best of luck in whatever endeavor they get involved with. I openly share what it is that I do with my application and the secrets to my success. Very little has to do with me manifesting over my stock portfolio. Very little. Family man, diet and exercise, commitment to my work, making the very best of that opportunity, seeking fulfillment in all areas and aspects of my life, as well as my investment, always looking for those areas of improvement. Investing is just a part of my life, and it is one that I command. I do not just own it, I command it. Okay. My money does not own me, I command it. It's that simple. One of the things that I should talk about here, if we have time, once I get through the review here. But the Vanguard's growth up a little bit. This is reflective of a smaller portfolio with one ETF in it. This is the growth portfolio in Robinhood. This is Webull. This is the mid caps. The Vanguard's mid caps is $1,273 in there. This is Globex that we're going to start on a campaign here over the coming months. You'll see some folks in the network here rolling out some campaign videos on Globex. If you have any opportunity to say thanks to the channel for shaking him by the ears. God dang it. And he made me laugh too. Catch those videos, man. It's not going to hurt you to put the like button up. It's not going to hurt you. Those are pretty good videos, man. It's really cool, man. I play back. I'm going to have Vox Royalty on the channel within the next couple of weeks. And watch Kyle Floyd talk, man. Watch some of these CEOs I'm rapping with on a weekly basis. I'm not going to apologize for that, guys. You're a sellout. You're a stock pumper. Okay, right on. You haven't watched one of the interviews. Catch them. They're good. These CEOs are legit, man. They're running $30 million companies up to 120, 130, $150 million companies. Some of up into the hundreds of millions of dollars of companies. Some of them OTC, QB boards. Some of them are uplisting. Some of them are, in different niches of the markets, emerging technology. It's fascinating. Fascinating. Doesn't mean you have to lose your wad and invest the entire farm on it. Doesn't mean that. It means that by supporting the channel and hitting the thumbs up button, saying, hey, thanks, appreciate the effort, Ryan, that goes a long way with me. Really appreciate it. It's kind of amazing how I sell out every week. I would do it no matter what the level of support that I get. And that's obvious. That is obvious because I do those promotional videos and I get zero love, zero love. It's no problem. I got plenty of love for you, man. I got plenty of love for everybody to spread it around, even if you don't have it to spread my way. It's no problem. Here's the crypto. I'm up $185 after 6 months of investing. I have no idea. I'm more in the Warren Buffett, Charlie Munger crypto camp in that if I can sell it to some schmuck 20 years down the line for more than I paid for it, i.e. 2,500, then I'll be in the money. This is the interesting part. This is the part that I'm interested in. We're up 44,000 in a couple weeks. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Should have sold everything. No, I'm just kidding. I knew better. You don't sell everything when volatility kicks up in the market. You just don't do that. You hold true, you hunker down, um, grow a pair, be tough, exercise discipline where you don't have discipline to exercise, learn discipline where you don't have discipline to learn, reflect upon volatile times when you've kind of emerged from them a little bit. Take a deep breath. You're stronger for it. Okay. These renderings are not made overnight. They're not. Okay. I didn't start investing when I was, in my late teens, early 20s with the expectation of becoming a millionaire by my mid 30s. That just wasn't my goal. I don't think like that. I was happy then. I'm happy now. I have different mental applications in all that I do. Okay. I bid you all the best luck if that's what your lifelong drive is to do, and you're going to drive yourself into the ground to do what it is that you need to do to retire early, retire and never work again. Whatever it is that you want to do with your time to make it you happy, I bid you all the best in your endeavors. I absolutely do. I take a lot of what it cannot be put a price on it, and a lot of it has to do with what I'll encounter tomorrow as a head coach for my son when we go play soccer. It's that simple. Those are the beautiful little things that are priceless. They're freaking priceless. This right here, this is validation. Okay. I'm not one of those folks that tell you, look, you buy my course and I'll show you how to do this. No, it's actually a lot simpler. If you pay attention to the Independent Investor Channel message and you just take these nuggets that I give you free of charge, you could surpass this all day. You absolutely could. For those folks that are starting earlier in your life, which is absolutely the ace up your sleeve, start young in your career. And I'm going to give you the nuggets here if I don't have time to get to the comments. And you will absolutely have renderings far greater than this in your early 40s. I zigged and I zagged a lot. And here we are now. This is what it is. If it ends up being 488 when I'm 60, I'm 43 years right now, I'll be happy. If I don't make another dollar until then, I'll be just fine. I'll be the same little feller deller heller. I'll be the same feller deller. I will. It's that simple. Happy now, happy then. Whatever the renderings are in the future of a good, well laid plan, the one that I've just disclosed to you, is where we'll end up. The rest is not up to me. And I don't worry about shit that's not up to me. I don't. And I encourage you guys to take on some level of the same philosophy. Really do. Yes, sir. Very good. Very good. That sums it up, doesn't it? Execute. I think some of the pieces that go into investing when you say execute is the things that you physically do in the program. But I think some of the tried and true lessons, and I'll give them to you now. Invest what you can when you can. It's a golden rule. It applies to everybody. I can't think of anybody out there that could be exempt from that and say that terrible information, Ryan. Ook, dislike. Again, you missed my point about like not really caring. I'm trying to weed out people. I could drop 15,000 subscribers on the Independent Investor channel and be just happy as a clam. Why? Because we've trimmed the fat. I don't want fat. Trim the fat. I don't want people in here that don't want to. I don't want people in here that don't want to be here. It's that simple. I will be, God willing, speaking in front of people someday, and helping people in the capacity of not thousands at a time through YouTube, but tens of thousands of people on live venues. It's that simple. It's my way. I've already seen this to be true. All right. You guys are just getting a preface of that very thing. And good on you for doing it. You'll benefit for it. It's that simple. Invest what you can when you can. This is applicable to all people. It's that simple. It can apply to the masses. It can apply to low income people. It can apply to people who are black or white. It doesn't matter. See the beauty in that, right? Where there's so much divisiveness and low income people can't make it. See, my message speaks to those people, especially those people, because those people are the ones that I put more of a requirement on to listen to my message and get invested and start wealth building for your household. All right. Stop giving away the farm. The banks benefit enough from your engagement with them, and you don't even know how you're giving away the farm to your bank and to Visa or MasterCard. Okay. Wake up, smell the coffee, have fair expectations of what the market can dole out. Okay. You're becoming an investor. Define that for yourself and understanding what that means for you. Have fair expectations about what it means to be an investor. It's that simple. Stay the course and don't get emotional. I get emotional on this because it's my chance to come on and get emotional about investing. It's the only time I do. You should see my robotic application with my portfolio. I'm very disciplined. Very disciplined. I show you guys every week. It doesn't change, does it? Mm-mm. Doesn't change. I sold out of the Hyliion long calls, and I sold out of the Hyliion Nikola long calls, and I'm with my horse with Hyliion right now on the long call side of the. I took them up for some nice 15% profit, and I'm good. I sold out of those. That's it. The rest of the holdings are good to go. I plussed up on my VIG holding. I'm good to go. All right. Set goals for yourself. What do you want to do in the future, and why? If your goal is 137,000, set that goal and aim toward it. Put yourself on a plan. What will it mean if I invest $25 per month for the next 20 years? Very simple to do those calculations. I provide the tool in every one of my videos that nobody checks out. Nobody. Trust me, nobody. They want me to just give them the information. Again, free of charge, Bobby. God damn. If you charge me $1,500, Ryan, I'd probably buy it from you. Your stuff actually works, but you're just so darn nice. You come on and you give it away for free, and you have a drink while you're doing it. It's pretty funny. Empowered is synonymous with why. I always said from the beginning, man, that the goal of the channel is to empower one investor at a time. And empowerment for me is to understand or answer the question to yourself as to why. Why do you want to be an investor? Why? A lot of people ask them, why? Why do you want to invest? Why are you talking to me about investing? Why? Why? If you can answer for your that self, and or you can explain it to a friend, or you can maybe sell Ethel, flip a little reverse psychology on Ethel, let her know why you invest. It's a beautiful thing. Okay. Being empowered is to understanding why you do what you do, to have some perspective about this gig, to understand that a share of Home Depot is different than the wad of cash that you have in your wallet. It's different. It's taken on a different form of money. You own a piece of that company. It's yours, man. You own it. It's okay. You don't have to look at the dollars that fluctuate in Home Depot and assimilate those the same way that you do assimilate those very physical dollars, with the funny old white guy on it, right? The president's. You don't have to make that correlation. They're two completely different things. They're different forms of money. One of the best videos I've ever released through YouTube, no doubt about it. Nobody watches it. It's funny. It's okay. I'm good. I've done my part. I'm good. Command your money, not the other way around. I've already mentioned that. Avoid fees and tax protect, which is very the niche on the channel. Again, if the masses were to talk more like me, I would bow out, stage right, good to go. People get it. I've shared the message. I do it myself. I'll benefit from it. It's not like I'm like giving away a secret that I'm going to feel bad if you benefit from it. Come on. Everybody can resonate with the idea of avoiding fees and tax protecting their money. The problem is a lot of people do not resonate with those two fundamental truths in investing. They don't do it. And I think it's unfortunate. Some of the myths in investing: get rich quick, buying courses. I buy my course. I gotta buy. Oh, the market's all high. You gotta buy my course, man. It's so crazy, man. And I get that they're making killer bank with that money, and I guess good on them. See, I'm the quick to say, man, I think it's wrong. It's wrong. Yeah, it's the moral code that I was blessed with. Investing is gambling. And the very niche of this actual program is to suggest that there are only a few people out there with the answers. And they go to some like synagogue to get this spiritual enlightenment, and they go talk to the oracle. All right. They climb up and they talk to the oracle, and they get the answers to the heavens bestowed upon them. And then they come down and they feed that to the minions for a small entry fee of $1,549. It's not true. It doesn't exist. The ideas and philosophies behind dollar cost averaging, diversification of the markets, and the products that exist therein to meet that end, they're not secrets, to Warren Buffett's point. And you don't have to go, God dang, Ethel, this guy's really, really smart. No, I'm not. I'm borrowing that from a really, really smart cat who's a lot older than me and a lot uglier than me. I'm better looking than Warren Buffett, all right? But Warren's a stud. He's got it licked. Me and Warren are mates, okay? Warren's a stud. He gets it, right? Very, very simple. All these answers are right out there at your fingertips, man. All you got to do is just find them for yourself if you want to. We revolve around some of those to make it a little bit more entertaining and a little bit more available through the complements of YouTube. And you can just pull some through your connection for your nice smartphone every single Friday for your viewing entertainment. And hopefully you're wiser for it, guys. Let's jump in here, rip through some comments, man. Very cool. Very cool. Ida, nice to see you. Did something happen to the channel? It says there is an error. I don't think so. I think it's okay. There could be. They could have pulled the plug on me because, again, instead of bantering to the whims of YouTube, I actually do the opposite. You're just sour. No, I'm not. I'm good. I'm good. I despise social media, so it fits perfectly with my attitude. Oh yeah, reduce my taxes by moving to South Dakota. No doubt about it, man. Me and my wife talked about it. Hell, I could go buy half the state. Good grief. Wouldn't have to deal with these high real estate, uh, you know, um, Y2 to get to FI sooner. Um, if you can do it, do it. I'm all about it. All right. The message that I'll continue to put through will not be to banter to the few. It will be to cater to the masses. And the masses need this information. And again, if you can put away $50,000 into your future where you wouldn't have had the potential to do that, had it not been for the inspiring message that you get on my channel, then that's success. Mhm. And I don't profess to have those answers. There are level two, level three, level four traders, I guess, out there that have those secrets. I do not. It's not my skill set. Value investing it works, and it applies to the masses. A lot of people don't have the time nor the education to learn those levels of advanced trading, advanced levels of actively trading the market. And so I don't cater to that crowd. My message isn't for everybody. It's no problem. At what point would it make sense to roll over a TSP into a Roth IRA? You can do that at any time. It's an option for you. It's a good option. I'm actually toying with that very notion myself because my Roth will be eligible at some point to roll over into my individual Roth. I'm not sure if I'll do that. I like the product. I may just continue it to grow and may just vest it to my kids as an inherited TSP. I may just do that. I don't know. I'll make those decisions a little bit later, but that option for your awareness is on the table. But I certainly won't comment as far as whether or not that will be good for you in your particular situation at this juncture. All right. It's a good question. Thank you. Righty, righty, righty. Nice, nice. Nice. Kevin's in the house. Kevin Rosecrans. I put my can returns in my portfolio now. Can returns. I used to do that. Like cans, like soda cans. Yeah, I used to walk around the loop and pick up the cans. It's 5 miles. I used to walk around, pick them up, and I'd get like, 30 cents worth of cans, and I'd go buy Laffy Tappies at the Mercantile. Mercantile, not store. It is a Mercantile. I grew up in the country. hmm No, it's a true story. True story. Absolutely. The good stuff. What's Everclear boys in the house, man? I anointed some cats with some wrenches. It's the very least I can do for you. I know it's a digital gift, but hey, it's the very least I can do to say thanks for your your kind comments. Everclear boy, I enjoy reviewing your Twitter feed. It's nice. Appreciate it. I appreciate you coming in to help support the message. It's good to go. Finally had time to listen to the 2 hour Target earnings report this week. Incredible. Love the inclusive culture. You bet, man. It's a good one. That's a good dividend payer. That's for sure. I got the nuggets, Chase says. Great to see you, Chase. Thanks for coming in. Really appreciate that. How about Tesla? Oh, I saw a spirited debate between the gents last week. I had to jump on. That was pretty funny. Um, I have a different twist to the future, and Kyle has his idea about where the future's going and the utilities, and it was all Matt could do to offer half of what he believed to maybe potentially be true, and the other half to talk Kyle off of his horse. Me, I think the future is probably going to be a whole hell of a lot like it is today. Whole hell of a lot more simple than in my thesis and application. I think we're going to branch out. I think we're going to embolden, when we already are, with the nuclear contracts and the plants that are going in worldwide. I think renewables are going to become more of a thing, and I don't think diesel's going away. If you want to know my perspective, all right. Drinking the stocks, like we said, fantastic. Average counts double in 7. That is correct. He's at 7. That's correct. That is true. That is very, very true. I've got a little element to the portfolio that's exposed a little bit more than I maybe would like in the speculative trade right now. And we need that to materialize a little bit, but we'll continue to be patient on it. The rest of the portfolio is doing fine. You're absolutely right. I do aggressively fund the portfolio pretty well. So I'm looking at about 5 years on that with a little bit more of an accelerated pace. If I can get there, I'll be satisfied with that because, again, I do aggressively fund these portfolios, and I do have some side hustle income, which would be part of more of my kind of think and grow rich mentality. I come on here all the time and profess how important investing is. If you invest to become rich, you might be disappointed. I think if you're really, really hungry and you really want to become rich for whatever it is that means to you guys, perhaps maybe you'll seek out and justify a side hustle of certain sorts, starting a business, right? Branching off into real estate with a rental of sort, things like that. It just speaks to the level of hunger that you have for the craft. And I'm hungry. I'm also careful. For me, the Independent Investor Channel provides me a nice business opportunity with infinite upside potential with very little overhead. So it just seems to make sense to my simple brain. And it's surprised me as of late. It can be a lucrative undertaking. A lot of fun. Having a lot of fun. The quicker I can get there, the more eligibility I'll have to do what it is that I want to do in reaching the masses, because I'm not kidding. If I can reach 10,000s of people, I will. I have no problem with that. They'll get the same message that you guys are getting tonight. Same thing. I don't change who I am. I'm the same fella every single week. I was a little more saucy tonight, which I'll probably watch this back on the playback and get a little chuckle out of it. When I'm in my element like this, you get the best product out of me, because it is fun to pick fun at life a little bit and joke a little bit and Maybe remind people that they don't have to be so serious about everything. Ryan's about to hit a half a mil. I've already hit the half a million. I was up to about 545 and took a nice downturn there in the portfolio, but we've made about half of that back, and I expect to make that over the next coming years. If we're tailing off out of this bull market, we're going to have to enter into a little bit more of a prolonged type of expectation, a little bit more reasonable expectations in the market, because the last 10 years have been pretty conducive to investing. It's been pretty favorable. I think anybody who's been around financial markets for more than 10 years would agree with me on that. It's been good. It's been good. I'm in that position because of it. But yeah, appreciate you pointing that out. Yeah, it is what it is. They are. They're interesting. I'm not asking you don't have to pay to watch them. I'm provided compensation to roll those out. So take that as a grain of salt. Somebody's paying me to provide awareness because for whatever reason they feel like they're getting the raw end of the stick in the marketplace. And a lot of it has to do with short selling, guys. If you want to know the truth of it, it has nothing to do with pumping the stock. It doesn't have anything to do with that. That's illegal. A lot of these companies want to provide awareness and they want to do so through the complements of social media. What better conduit than provide that to a live audience where the shoe fits? And this is an investing channel. The shoe fits. And me, as part of my payment for what I enjoy doing, I love it. I love interviewing CEOs on the channel, man. I really love it. And I appreciate that. The message will be based upon the amount of impact that we'll make for people. It's that simple. I appreciate you coming in here, Eric. We're going to shut it down tonight a little bit. Matt, thank you so much. My brother, a lot of what I value through social media, I scoff at it all the time. I do. I really do. I scoff at the negative that people can get from a social media message and they can be impacted negatively from it. But there is a bright side to social media. The network of my close few folks that I've met that I have the utmost respect for. Absolutely. Matt's on that real short list. There's no doubt about it. There's a lot of community members that I feel the same way, but myself and Matt are engaged in business, and I don't take that lightly. I do not. My business interactions with people, I take very serious. I'm a businessman by heart, and my business interactions with people are at the highest of my conviction. And Matt's right there at the table with me. Appreciate you coming in, brother. Thank you. Absolutely. Mm-hmm. This is about hot. Ryan's mesh is not my baby money. Very cool, very cool. Oh, he rolls out his portfolio. Doesn't have to do that. He shares his success story. I mean, I share Matt's success story with others that I know when I introduce him. I introduce him to a lot of people, and I'm first to say this man is a self-made millionaire, and I'm proud of him for doing it. He did it. What does that have to do with anybody else? It's his. He owns it. Own your success. Stop being such a bitch about stuff. Stop cowering down to people with success. Surround yourself with people with success. Look, if we were a bunch of hobos out on the street, might be a different tone and tenor in this community, but there's a lot of people in here with 7 and 8 figure portfolios. Yeah, success is contagious. Hmm. Yeah, if you want some, get some. Like Warren Buffett says, man, it's there for the taking. No whiskey, just cheap beer trying to save money. Awesome. No, it's great to see you, man. And I won't get to all these comments tonight, guys. I don't want to go much over 60 tonight. I am still recovering. I still feel it. It's been 8 days straight, and it was tough. It got on my lungs a little bit, which was tough. And I've been off the workout. This morning was the first workout I've taken, which was nice actually to get back on the horse. But I am going to take some R&R tonight. It's been a rough week on me. By the way, did we invest in highly on keeping our fingers crossed? Fantastic. Congrats on that. I think you're getting in on the ground floor of a fabulous opportunity. It'll be great to see them roll. If they fall into the 2 to 3 mil of rev this year, it's all bets off for next year going into mass production and scale with the complements of Peterbilt in their back pocket. Peterbilt turns out 40,000 units per year. However much they're going to be able to accommodate their customers for Hyliion is going to be the golden question going forward. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm a believer. I believe they're at the precipice of a very, very disruptive opportunity through their technology in long haul trucking. It's really just that simple. Very cool stuff. And Kevin, hello, 57 years old, hope to retire. Um, yeah, I appreciate that. Try retiring from your own message. You say, Ryan, it's yours. Hell, you can have it, brother. It's all good. It's yours. There's nothing special about what I say. I form together my words to project out of sentences. I put different tone and tenor on my message to try to make certain points stick. I throw a few jokes in there. I bring in my imaginary Heffy every now and then to make it stick, to get under people's skin. And with all of that effort, there will still be people out there that justify why they cannot do this, why they cannot pursue it, why they don't have a few minutes to devote to the craft. And I think for those people, man, I wish them all the luck, but I know where I'm going. It's just that simple. And for you guys, I think it'd be in your best interest to identify where you're going as well. Really appreciate you guys tuning in to the Fast to 60 Minutes on YouTube, no doubt about it. We'll be back next Friday for the last live stream in a couple of weeks. I'll be going on spring break with the kids, much deserved spring break. We're going to wrap it up here. We'll engage next Friday for the last one before spring break, and then we'll take a week off and we'll reconvene a week after that on the Fist to 60 Minutes on YouTube, man. Tonight was a riveting show. I hope I got to at least one investor, man. It's in line with reaching those people out there that if you can be inspired and you can be changed and you can be motivated by the message, man, that's certainly payment enough for me. That's all I need to understand that we're reaching people and we're making a real difference in people's lives. Be well, guys. Have a great weekend. We'll catch you next week.